Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Friday. And today we are finishing our little run of rating and adding to the draft format the decks from the Legendary Heroes decks box. So again, like I said a couple days back, we found this at one of the local LGS while we were hopping around. We got it for 40. I think we got some pretty cool memories in here. Plus, we got 3 brand new for the draft decks. And today we're talking heroes. Now, one thing that may have sort of flown under the radar was the theming. You guys might notice that the deck 2 days ago, the Nordics, dealt a lot with Synchro. Before that, the Phantom Knights dealt a lot with Xyz. And what they did was add a link. So today, heroes, we base on fusion. So expect to see a fusion monsters in the extra deck. Now, as far as the main deck, and this gave us a lot of cool stuff, one of the first things it gave us was Malicious. And it gave you 2 of them per box. So again, if you were like me, you went out and you bought 3 of these. Now you had, what, 6 of these, right? So you had a playset of commons and a playset of ultras. So again, if you were doing common charity, which was not a thing at the time, you already had your Destiny Hero Malicious copies. But it's a great card nonetheless. When it goes to the graveyard, you can choose to banish it from the graveyard, or I guess you could just choose to do it whenever it's in the graveyard. Banish it and special summon another copy from the deck. Again, it's generally limited to 2 for a short time period before this, again, over-centralized real quick. This kind of was at 3, so it was silly. Another one that we got, it was the Destiny Hero Disc Commander. Love this guy. Cannot be special summoned from the graveyard the turn that it was sent to the graveyard. If it is special summoned from the graveyard, however, you get to draw 2 cards. It's an effect that you can only use once per duel, which is cool because they only give you 1 copy. So that's not too bad for the draft. We do get 2, I'll call them like demigods, only because their effects are such. Because they are special summons for 3 tributes. So we are actually going to talk about them both at the same time. We've got Dogma and Plasma. Both of them require the triple tribute to be a special summon. Neither one can be normal summoned or set. They have some interesting things they do. Dogma will say that once per turn, if you still control this card during your opponent's next standby phase after you special summon this card, that you will then have your opponent's life points. Which is fine. It's kind of cool. But the real winner here is actually Plasma. So again, this one states negate the effects of face-up monsters while your opponent controls them. So this is half of a skill drain because it won't affect my side. And then once per turn, I can target a monster the opponent controls, equip that target to this card, maximum of 1. This card will gain half of the attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it. Which is really fun. Now, I think it's worth noting, I do think Plasma can equip Obelisk to himself. And the only reason I say that is the first effect says Obelisk doesn't have effects. So then he's able to take him and gain the 2k. Still falls short, but it is a huge power jump. Another card that we were given a copy of Dreadmaster. So again, if special summoned by Clock Tower, destroy all monsters that you control except Destiny Heroes. Also after that, special summon up to 2 Destiny Heroes from the graveyard. After this is special summon for the remainder of the turn. Destiny Heroes you control cannot be destroyed. You take no battle damage from when they battle. The attack and defense of this card are equal to the combined original attack of all other Destiny Heroes you control. So again, this guy starts as question marks, which count as like zeros, I guess. But get crazy real quick. One of the cool ones that we got here was Celestial. I love this one. When this one declares an attack, target a face-up spell that your opponent controls, destroy it. If you do, inflict 500 damage to the opponent. So just attacking allows us to get rid of certain things like field spells or continuous or equipments. While you have no cards in your hand except the turn this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this and 1 Destiny Hero from the graveyard to draw 2 cards. Each effect is once per turn. So again, Celestial's a good card, great card. Diamond Dude is another classic. I think they changed it to Excavate now. No, yeah, it does say that there. Once per turn, excavate the top card of your deck. Basically, reveal it. If it's a normal spell, send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of the deck. During the main phase of the next turn, you can activate the effect of the spell in your graveyard, even if you no longer control this guy. So, like, just real quick, if it was Monster Reborn, cool. I get to bring somebody back next turn. But if it was something that had a cost to it, like Destiny Draw, we don't have to pay the cost because we're only activating the effect. So things like Lightning Vortex, Destiny Draw, they really made Diamond Dude really awesome. You know what I mean? Next up, we got Dread Servant, which is a nice, goofy little one. It is normal summon. Place a clock counter on every clock tower prison. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target a spell trap you control, destroy the target. Basically, he's here to help Doomsday Dreadmaster get out of his tower. Dark Angels, another cool one. Little 1-star, and some of the most confusing text. I'm not going to be breaking this one down here today. We're just going to skip him altogether because it is a mouthful. Dynatag, another kind of cool one. He's a little 5-star during the damage calculation. If you take battle damage, as a quick effect, you may discard this card. Make yourself take no battle damage from that battle. If you do, every player takes 1,000 damage, which is cool. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Target one Destiny hero that you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of the opponent's next turn. So basically, we never actually summon this guy. We're just using him as battle effects. Drill Dark, and Drill Dark is important because we get 2 copies of Drill Dark. Probably another one of my favorites. If normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Destiny hero monster from your hand with attack less than or equal to this card's attack on the field. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Drill Dark once per turn. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to the opponent. So again, not bad. Decider's pretty okay. Level 6 or higher monsters your opponent control cannot target this card for attacks. Use each of the following effects once per duel. If this is normal or special summon, add one hero from the graveyard to the hand during the end phase of the turn. And when a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to you while this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, return this card to the hand, and if you do, make the effect damage 0. So again, he's not bad. He's a nice little tech, which could also stop us from taking the effect damage from the Dynatag, I believe. We're also going to need 1 copy Dreamer, which is a goofy little jester-looking dude. During damage calculation, if your Destiny hero monster battles and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do, your monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no battle damage from that battle. If summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect, each effect once per turn. And then the last monsters are some copies of D Cubed. They give you a full play set per deck. It is a little 1-star machine. When normal summoned, it is also treated as a Destiny hero while face up. Use each of the effects once per turn. Discard up to 2 cards. Special summon D Cubed from hand, deck, and or graveyard, equal to the number discarded. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot normal or special summon monsters except Destiny heroes. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 1 Destiny hero monster from the deck to the graveyard. Again, this is going to help with some of the graveyard effects. It's going to help get Malicious going. Think about it, you can get your field built up for the larger Destiny heroes so that we can tribute them. It's good stuff. It ends on 2 elemental heroes. We're going to get a copy of Shadow Mist in here, which is nice. When special summoned, add a change quick play spell from deck to hand. When sent to graveyard, add 1 hero from deck to hand except same name. Each effect is once per turn and only once that turn. So again, this will allow us to go into any of the Destiny plays. And Blaze Man allows him to, I think he changes his name. No. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add Polymerization from deck to hand. During the main phase, activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters for the remainder of the turn except Fusion. Also send 1 elemental hero from the deck to the graveyard except Blaze Man. If you do, this card's attribute, attack, defense become the same as that card in the graveyard. Until the end of the turn. You can only use 1 Blaze Man effect per turn and only once that turn. Now, let's reread the Shadow Mist, because that's what we're supposed to do. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hero from the deck to the hand. So it does allow us to do the little 2-card combo there. Not bad. Spells are pretty easy. 2 copies of the Destiny draw. Like I said, discard Destiny Hero card to draw 2 cards. So again, if played off Diamond Dude, like, you're fine. Just do it. They give us 2 copies of Over Destiny. Target a Destiny Hero monster to the graveyard. Special summon a Destiny Hero from the deck whose level is less than or equal to half of the target's level. Destroy it during the end phase. Again, if you're trying to build into the big plays with Plasma and Dogma, this is easy. Single copy of the Clock Tower Prison. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase. Place a clock counter on this card. While there are 4 or more clock counters on this card, you take no battle damage. If this card with 4 or more clock counters is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 Dreadmaster from the hand or deck. So that's not bad. Another field spell, you get a copy of Dark City. Just Skyscraper for Destiny Heroes. Literally, same thing. 2 copies of Mask Change. Target a hero monster you control, send it to the graveyard. If it left the field by this effect, special summon 1 masked hero from the extra deck with the same attributes than the monster that you set. So again, we can change any of these darks into darks. This fire could go into a fire, but not vice versa. 2 copies Polymerization. We do have some basic fusions in here as well. Single copy Monster Reborn because it's good tech. Magical Stone Excavation, being able to discard 2 to target a spell and add it back to your hand is sometimes amazing. Terraforming, not 1 but 2, because again there's 2 field spells. They want to give you the choice. And one of those like spells that like never seemed to slap right when I played it was the Feather of the Phoenix. Discard a card, target a card in the graveyard, return the target to the top of your deck. You just move cards around. I mean, I get why you'd use it. I really do. But it does feel like a bit of a waste. We do have a few traps to go over before we can get to the extra deck. And so let's just start. They do give you a Destiny Signal. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon a level 4 lower Destiny hero from the hand or deck. Can be good. D time, Destiny time. When a face-up elemental hero you control leaves the field, add 1 Destiny hero from the deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to that monster's original level. Again, feels weird since there's only 2 elemental heroes. Sometimes it'd be like that. Eternal Dread, put 2 clock counters on every Clock Tower Prison. Again, feels a little weird to have it. And Destiny Fusion. Can I have the focus, please? Okay, we'll do this. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters you control as material, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Only Destiny hero monsters can be used as fusion material for a fusion summon using this card's effect. So again, not terrible. Rounds out the deck. That's what you get. Moving into the extra deck, it is, for the most part, all dark. So first and foremost, everybody who's been watching the Speed Duel stuff, you know how Destiny and Dragoon works. This is the fusion between Plasma and Dogma. This deck can either fuse them or... it just fuses them. What ends up happening is you will be able to, once per turn spot, destroy stuff. You won't be able to conduct your battle phases, but you will be able to blow stuff up. It's a really cool monster to be able to have. I think we should talk about these guys in reverse order. Because I think Dystopia is easier. It's any 2 Destiny heroes, which again makes this super playable. It's a 2,800 point card. If special summoned, which a fusion summon is, target a level 4 lower Destiny hero in the graveyard, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the target's attack. Again, we have up to, I think, 16 with the Drill Dark for the level 4s and lower. Quick effect, target 1 card on the field, destroyed, and if you do, this card's attack becomes equal to this card's original attack. Each effect is once per turn. So that's cool, but you can only use it if you have modded values. So again, if you were playing up against somebody who had, say, what would it be, the Forbidden Lance, I think it was, that lowered your value, but then made you indestructible to spell traps. As a quick effect, you could respond and bump your attack back up, keep the little buff, and go ahead and target the card and destroy it. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And like I said, they give you 2 of it. They also give us 2 copies of Dusktopia, which is any Destiny Hero fusion monster, plus another Destiny Hero monster. So again, super easy to make. If fusion summoned, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using cards from hand and field as material. So again, it can immediately play back into another Dystopia, which is insane. Once per turn as a quick effect, target 1 monster on the field, make it unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects, and if you do, neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving that monster. So again, really cool card. They gave us 2. They did give us Dangerous. Did they give us 2? They only gave us 1. It is any dark effect monster plus a Destiny Hero monster. So again, once you started taking apart the box and moving the cards around, you were able to mix these in with like the Phantom Knights. And then like you could fuse a Phantom Knight with one of the Destiny Heroes to make this. Quick effect, discard a card, send 1 Destiny Hero from the hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card gains 200 attack for every Destiny Hero in your graveyard until the end of the turn. Use this effect once per turn. Dude could get big, especially in late game. And again, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing something like Destiny Fusion used to play that one, because it would work out just fine. Darklaw was an amazing pick here. Darklaw with the mask change and all these dark heroes automatically makes this like an 8 to an 8.5 for the time period. The fact that just about everything in the extra deck is live at almost all times, and the main deck isn't as bad as you think it can be. Being able to quick play drop Darklaw on the field is pretty amazing. The effect, again, you just dark hero into this. Any card sent to the opponent's graveyard gets banished instead once per turn. If your opponent adds a card or cards from the deck to their hand, except during the draw phase or the damage step, banish a random card in their hand. Now, if they go from nothing to 1, you know that you're getting that card. Just real quick, I know he's supposed to be based off like the common riders, sort of like the Super Sentai fighters. You guys probably know them as Power Rangers. Does this dude sort of look like a Helldiver from Super Earth? Maybe it's just a color pattern. I don't know. Thought it was worth it. They also carry the single copy of the Masked Hero Anki in here. So it's another dark switch up. This card can attack directly. When it does, using its effect, the battle damage is inflicted as half. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can add a change quick play from the deck to the hand. Just allows you to get into the second copy. It could allow you to crack the opponent's monster real quick, grab the spell, and then as an extension play that secondary spell to go from Anki into Darklaw. And then since Darklaw is a new monster, you could just go ahead and attack again. So again, kind of fun. They gave us 2 links with this one. So first, they gave us the Wonder Driver, which is our link 2. It's any 2 heroes. If a hero monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this points to, target a polymerization spell card, 1 fusion spell card, or 1 change quick play spell card from the graveyard. Set that card. You can only activate this once per turn if this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon 1 elemental hero. Special summon 1 hero from your hand. So again, Wonder Driver is pretty awesome. And again, I've always liked the look. And then we got Dread Decimator. Dread Decimator is 2+ heroes. It is a link 3. This one says, this card and any hero that it points to gains 100 attack for each hero with a different name in the graveyard. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. So again, this is like the best, probably like anime themed card, because again, in the anime, like everybody only owns 1s. So this is pretty sick. And again, it's just nice. It's basic. It's not like, I think it's Cross Crusaders for the Destiny Heroes. So there were more extra hero cards based on which versions of heroes you were playing. And they gave us the two nice and generic ones here in this build. So again, that is the review of it. Like I said, in its time period, it's like an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. It's strong. It gets better once you combine it with everything that's in the deck. I think today this one would be like a 6.5 to a 7. Because again, it's just missing it's missing a lot. It's got a good power card in the form of access to Dark Law, which is always going to be a great reprint. I do think that the Destiny Hero Malicious is going to help out. I do think that a little bit of the hero engine that they did add in here does make a case for it. But at the same time, it tries to throw a lot of the support stuff. And heroes are an over-supported archetype. That's a pretty raw opinion. But because you have so many subtypes of heroes, there's just hundreds and hundreds of hero cards. So, I don't know. Really hard to make a deck and have it stay relevant for years and years and years. This is still always going to be a fun one. And I think it is great for the draft. For the draft, I would say this is probably one of like the best decks that a person could pull. Because you're going to get 10 cards in your extra deck. You're going to get things like Monster Reborn and a coherent strategy and access to something as crazy as Dark Law. And then with the little booster, little flip boxes that I have, you run the risk of running into any of the other cards that you might want to add. So there's definitely cards in here that you feel good siding them out for the pre-constructed portion of playing the draft. So, yeah. This is cool. This was fun opening this and sharing it with you guys. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I do got to go get this sleeved up now, so you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others. Be the change you want out there in the world. And I hope to see you guys again here on next Sunday when we get you guys another Speed Duel deck. Till then, my friends, you have a good one. Later.